we are back. I guess we start again from scratch and see how it goes today. It's gonna be a little bit choppy, my head movement you'll see on the 30 FPS, but let's see how that goes. No idea why we're having all these issues. Well, some idea why we are having these issues, but let's see what we can do about it, huh? All right, let's pop back to where we were with our book covers. Skinny Jeans, welcome in. I apologize if you missed. So Skinny, we had to restart stream because we had some issues with freezing, and I wanted to resolve it. I had to resolve it, unfortunately. Either way, welcome in. For those that were here earlier, and for those that were not, today we're doing something different. We're looking at book covers. So suggest your book covers, and I'll write them down, and then we'll go through them and just geek out over them. There's a lot of beautiful covers out there in the world, right? I'm excited to see them. Jake Hartman and Glara, good to see you over on Video App. Hey, were you guys seeing, Jake Hartman as well, were you seeing freezing on YouTube, or is it just, oh, I'm not supposed to say that, on Video App, or is it just TikTok? 'Cause I think it was just TikTok that has the issue, but let me know. Rafi, Tide and Terra, good to see you. CR, good to see you. Rafi, hit me with your suggestion again. I wasn't able to focus on chat because I was fixing tech issues. Illustrated cover of Masquerade by Terry Pratchett. Is that different than the normal cover? I'm adding it to the list now. And the Red Rising Deluxe Slipcase Edition. So many special edition books, y'all. Deluxe Slipcase. I've never heard of that. All right, well, we'll do our best to find them. For the moment, we're looking at the Sword of Geekin. Is Geekin a name? I never knew. I think I've been misreading this title, like, quietly in my head all this time. I've always thought it was the Sword of the Geekin. I thought Geekin was a title, but obviously I haven't read it. This is a nicer cover, though. I think yeah, thank you. Here's the original, I believe. Who was this? I think Jack Ann put it up here for me. Yeah, Jack Ann did. Thank you, Jack Ann. So here's the original, and then we got a fancier edition. I really love the background coloring. Really, really beautiful in the sky here and behind them. Oh, there's like mountains in there too, maybe, or just some sort of effect. I'm not sure. Really cool though. I'm a big fan. I love the color they've added here in the sky. It just really draws your eye in the right way. The original's cool too, but the original feels a little bit simplistic, which is not a bad thing, but I don't know. This is a fancy one. I'm a big fan. Chain Stitchery, you love this series. You love Sword of the Geekin. Sword of Geekin. I always say the Geekin. I think it's a title. I think it's because it's so close to Kagan. I keep wanting to say the Kagan in my head. You need to read that book. It's been on your TBR forever, says Skinny Jeans. Oh, interesting. You prefer the original cover. I think what really does it for me, the art is good in both of them, but the font, I really prefer the font on the new one. Like, that's just a beautiful font. The color, the font itself. Oh my gosh! And look at the sword going through the D. Okay, that's unnecessary. We didn't need to be that cool. That's very cool. I love it. Rock on. Thank you for the suggestion there on that one. Let's. Oh, it looks like there's another. Hold on. Before we move on from this, let's pop back in here because it looks like there's another kind of full wrap edition we got here. This looks like a different special one. Jack Ann, what's going on with that? Jack Ann, you said the book is so good but devastating as a mother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That sounds a little worrying. Thank you for sending this cover as well. And Dino, yes, we're back, my friend. Thank you for finding me again. I appreciate you. One of the best standalone reads. Okay. Yeah, I believe it is from a self-pub author who won SPIFBO. Self-published fantasy blog off, or SPIFBO, a little bit easier to say. I love seeing that. I agree, Jack Ann. So cool to see how much success they've had coming from indie author to win that to getting special art editions. Rock on. Okay, thank you for that one. Let's grab another here, folks. I think next on the list was Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. Let's grab that one. Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen this one before, too. All right. Wow, that's really small initially. little bitty book cover. We'll zoom in on it. We can zoom in here. Lose a little bit of resolution, but pretty cool looking though. There's that three-headed dragon. I don't know what you would call that. The icon is interesting. It's a little bit confusing to my mind initially, but what is it? It's a banner, right? And the banner's like on fire on the edge. That's kind of cool looking. Very appropriate for the title as well, I suppose, right? Glera, yeah, no freezing over on video app. It's just TikTok that's doing it. Interesting. Well, TikTok, let me know if it freezes again, but I think we're good now. I lowered the frame rate down to 30, so I'll be a bit blurry if I do this, but oh well. The girl who judo flipped Percy. I'm just gonna call you judo flipped Percy. I'm gonna call you Percy. Homer the Odyssey and the Iliad, as well as King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Can't remember the author of King Arthur. Both have really pretty covers and spines. I'd probably need the specific edition of those because there's just so many of them out there. But we've got a good list going on so far too. So we'll go through those first. Patrick, you said you have this book, but you've never read it. Is it any good? I don't know. I've not read it myself. I've read everything in the Song of Ice and Fire trilogy. It's a bit more than a trilogy series, but I've not read this one. So this has got illustrations in it too, which is pretty cool. I'm digging the cover though. It's a bold cover, and you know what? It kind of, when we started out, it was kind of zoomed like this, and I almost think this is a good way to look at it because this feels like a cover that's meant to get your attention from afar. When you're real up on it, there's not that much like little detail in here to really obsess over like there was with the Wind Weaver. Like we were just all the details in here, like the fire under the feathers and stuff. It's just super cool. This one feels like a book that catches your attention from 20 feet away at a bookstore, which it's an important thing to do. I know my friend Ben has read this book, and he loves everything Game of Thrones, but I'm sure Ben would say it's a very good book. So that's all I know because I haven't read it myself yet. Glera, you won't read more Martin until you see The Winds of Winter. I mean, fair. Totally fair. I get that. Sabs, you said it's great if you're into Game of Thrones history. Okay. All right. Anything else on this cover before we move on to it? It is. There's not that much depth to it, which is not a criticism. It's just, sometimes simple covers are good. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I like it. It's a cool looking cover. Let's see what else we got going on though. All right, so I have no idea what to expect from this one. Next one, Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I believe it was Percy who recommended this one. So Percy, you let me know if I pull up the wrong version. But I'm just using Goodreads and just pulling up whatever comes up first, and also getting punked by this ad that loads late every time. Oh boy, that is an uncomfortable distance away from this person. That's just face. Now it's cool. I love this effect that's going on here. Oh boy, The Catcher in the Rye for the digital age. I'm not sure. That's kind of worrying. Catcher in the Rye left me feeling weird. I don't know. Might be worth a read, I guess. It's been about 15 years since I've read Catcher in the Rye, so probably I've done a little bit of maturing since the last time I read it. Chupacabra, you said you're almost done with the World War Z book, and it's been amazing. Highly recommend. I've heard very good things about it. I've been tempted to read it, too. It's definitely on, if not the official to-be-read pile, we'll say the for consideration for the to-be-read pile. Scenic Redwood, I will add that. You said the new Narnia hardcover. It comes out this month. Alright, I will try to Google that when we get to it and see if we can find the specific one. But Scenic, when we're there, if it's the wrong one, you let me know, and we'll do our best to find it. Y'all, this is cool, though. I love the distortion effect on the side of the cover. But also, I love that, like, I feel like there's more color in that distortion than you typically see. And it works for me. It makes the cover more bright. But still gives the effect of, like, some sort of interference. I'm not, guess, familiar enough with the technical terms of analog TV to know what you would call this, but distortion, static of some sort, interference. It looks cool, though. Also, very ominous with the title Radio Silence and then the tagline Listen to Your Own Voice. Oof, that's kind of creepy. What is this one about? What if everything you set yourself up to be was wrong? Frances has been a study machine with one goal. Nothing will stand in her way. Not friends, not a guilty secret, not even the person she is on the inside. Then Frances meets Aled, and for the first time she's unafraid to be herself. When the fragile trust between them is broken, Frances is caught between who she was and who she longs to be. Interesting. Okay. Engaging with themes of identity, diversity, and the freedom to choose, Radio Silence is a tour de force by the most exciting writer of her generation. Okay. Well, it's a beautiful cover. I'll say that. And I will also say the tagline, "The Catcher in the Rye for the Digital Age," makes me feel uncomfortable. All right, let's see what else we got on the list. You wonder if the effect is holographic, user. That would be really cool, actually. Let's pull it up again for a moment. If this were like a foiled effect, so that it's holographic as you tilt the book, that'd be pretty sick. If anybody's seen it in person, let me know. All right. Simon Brading, author, welcome in. You said you literally brought out new covers this month for your urban fantasy series, time travel series. Shout it out. Give us that title, man. Chupacabra, ever read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch? No, I've not read that. I'm aware of it, but I've not read it. I feel like that's my answer for a lot of things. But I guess you're aware of a lot of books, when you're doing the job. Just not time to read them all, sadly. One of the great tragedies of the job. All right, we're going to try to find this cover here. Okay. TikTok, don't get mad at me for pulling up Amazon. It doesn't like when I do that, but I need to see the cover. Maybe it's on Goodreads, but we got it right here. So let's pull this bad boy up. All right, so this was a confusing one to read when it was suggested, but it's Percy Jackson's Greek Gods by Rick Riordan. All the names threw me off, but interesting. It's like a watercolor painting. It's pretty sick. Interesting to see the cover so illustrated. I'm not used to seeing that in the Percy Jackson covers. I'm used to the original ones, which are a little more simplistic, but obviously it's a massive series and franchise now, so now we get the good art. Simon Brading, you said the Displacer series. First one is The Time Traveler's Nephew. You got it, my guy. It's going on the list. Simon Brading, was it? Brading. Why am I reading that as Brading? What's wrong with me? All right. Thank you for suggesting this, Percy. I really, what's catching my eye immediately is I really love the water here on the side, down on like Poseidon's side. It's just a beautiful color of the light through the water there. I'm a fan. Yeah, Tide and Terror. We're still taking suggestions for sure. Also, I didn't give you a proper greeting earlier because we were focused on a cool cover. But how you doing? Welcome in. A pleasure to have you. Hope you had a good weekend. I love this cover, honestly. Like, even just if you zoom out of it, like zoom out a little bit. I know it makes it small, but braiding is the correct pronunciation. Simon Braiding. Okay, I guess I was right instinctually. We'll take it. When you zoom out on this cover, I do hand gestures, but I'm doing it below the camera. You can't see them. We zoom out on the cover. I love the overall color palette of it. It's like I'm no visual artist, but I feel like there's some cool color theory going on here with the light right in the center, that like golden glow. It draws your eye to it, and then it kind of encourages you to expand your view out, and then you read the title, the author, and you see the rest of the art. It almost feels like it feels like a very good artist very intentionally guided our eye where they wanted it to go, and that's pretty sick. I think it looks really cool. Was John Rocco the artist, maybe, because it says with a full color insert of artwork by John Rocco? Either way, super cool. Thank you very much for recommending this one, Percy. I really like that one. Hold on, let's pull it back up as I read chat for a moment. Tide and Terry, you just got back from vacation? Rock on. Where'd you go? How was it? I almost just spilled my coffee. Aiden, you've been getting sick a lot and missing a ton of school. Could you get some motivating words? Take care of yourself, my guy. It's you gotta feel good to do good, right? So get your sleep, rest up. Don't be too hard on yourself either. It's very easy to be like, I've been sick, I've been missing things, I got to do better. But you got to feel good to do good. So be kind to yourself. But thanks for swinging back, Aiden. Pleasure to have you. Skinny jeans, I took the words out of your mouth. The color palette, rock on. I'm glad you agree. Percy, you said there's a different cover and it has one of the main character's moms and three or two main characters on the cover. Never seen that one before. Oh, so you've never seen this one? This wasn't the one you meant for me to pull up? Because it's pretty cool looking. I like this cover a lot. Glara, over on Video App, you said zooming out is key since thumbnails are essential for online sales. It's true. Y'all, as an author, one of the things we consider when doing the covers is that, when having our covers done, is that the way they're going to be looked at is on, a book website. So, like, you got to consider the thumbnail view. I expect that a lot of people are going to see my covers in thumbnail view. Yeah, ignore the dude with the tiny hands, who does make me laugh every time I come to look at my own books. But that's why you'll notice the covers for like Wriggly Little Assistant and Wriggly Little Hands are wow, that's really off center. There we go. Are so bright. It's so that when you see it in a thumbnail, it's very easy to quickly identify what it is, and it catches the eye. That is stuff that we actively think about when doing our covers, having them created. I think I saw another recommendation. Where was that? It scrolled by. There it is, Tide and Terra. Let's add it to the list. You wanted the Serpent and the Wings of Night. Yeah, we've covered this one on stream. But we'll take a look at the cover too. And then Jenna, you said Alan Moore's Voice of Fire. Cool title. Rock on. Thank you, Jenna. Appreciate the recommendation. We'll get it. It's on the list now. Oh, and one more from Jack Ann. Cello's Gate by Maurice Alfridge. You got it. Aiden, I have heard the RPG Kenshi. I've been tempted to play it. It seems pretty sick. Why do you ask, my friend? Alright, next up we have the Hunger Games Illustrated Edition. Another one we're going to search up. That might be on Goodreads. Let's give it a little look. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, boom. There it is. Love that. I feel like TikTok won't get mad at me being on Goodreads because it's not like actively selling products. I mean, it doesn't like when I'm on Amazon. Any newfound favorite covers? Asked Bob. since I've started this series. So this is the first time we've done it, this whole format. So I think we definitely got at least one other stream in here. We could do it. A lot of covers to cover, But honestly, I can give you what are my favorite of today, and it's got to be between the first two. The Wind Weaver, beautiful, just a beautiful cover. I'm just in love with this color palette. Maybe that's because of my entire time, the entire decade that I played Magic the Gathering, I played mono red. So all of my decks had this aesthetic of just bright red, but I don't know, it's beautiful to me. It looks so good. That or Priory of the Orange Tree, which I think is another just beautiful, beautiful cover. A big fan of it. Where was it? The Seth Ward. Can you do the LOTR Illustrated Edition? Yes, we can, my friend. On the list it goes. Oh, Titan Terror, you like these two? They are beautiful, right? I think these are my top for the day so far, but we'll see how it goes. See if something dethrones it. For the moment, the Hunger Games Illustrated Edition. Interesting. I do like the art on it. It almost feels more comic booky off the bat. Perhaps it's just the art style, but I do dig it. The color palette again is nice. You know, the darker up top, the darker down below with the light in the middle. I'm sure there's some artistic method for that draws the eye intentionally, but it draws my eye right to the key piece of art, you might say. I like her jacket too. I don't know, it just feels very like, you know, military surplus, worn out jacket you'd find in some dusty old store. You think the tone's not quite right for the story, Jack Ann, on this cover? I could see that. This almost feels a little bit hopeful, a little bit coming of age, and the Hunger Games is definitely a darker story than that. I could see that. Chat, that's really funny. Gives off Dances with Wolves vibes. Okay. Yeah, alright. You're right. You're definitely not right. Percy, you got to run over on Video App. Hey, thank you for stopping by. It was a pleasure to have you. Thanks for suggesting a very good cover. We'll get one look at it before you run. Here's the one you suggested. Thank you for it. It's beautiful. I like it. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Reminds you of the Dark Tower, Aiden. Interesting. Seth Quincy, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. How was your weekend? Jack Ann, you said... Oh, I already read that one. Feels like the tone's not quite right. You think the OG cover is best? Well, let's take a look at the OG cover as well. Oh, yeah. I couldn't call it to mind, but now I remember. It's interesting. So this is obviously the original cover. I feel like the original cover gets more credit in my mind because it's the one that I just associate with it. I don't love it, like, coming back to it. It's cool. The general colors I like. But I mean, I don't know. It's like it's in my memory. It's cooler than it is. But I'm a fan. It's not my favorite, but it's still strong. It's just not as strong as I remembered it being. Oh, thank you, DBZ, for reposting that comment. I meant to write that down. You have recommended Dungeon Heart by David Sanchez Ponton. It's a cool name, Dungeon Heart. Alright, added to the list. User, you said you do like the font because it reminds you of wartime propaganda. Yeah, I could see that a little bit. Kind of some... almost World War I kind of propaganda poster vibes. I could see that, which would be very applicable considering what the series is about. It's very much about propaganda and how ideas and causes can be influenced. Rock on. Jack Ann, I like that analysis. You said this is a much better cover. It's a bit ominous, and the pin's kind of a beacon of sorts. I dig it. I like it. Iconic, says Raffi. It is. It is. Bo, you said the original feels more dystopian. It does. You guys are spot on. Titan Terra, there you go. Definitely strong for the era of publishing when it came out. That's, yeah, spot on, spot on. It was a very different time all the way back then. All right, we got Rafi's suggestion next. Let's see if we can search this one up. I think I can probably get it on Goodreads. Let's just do Masquerade. And I think... Rafi, which one are you looking for? Are you looking for like this? Oh, you can't really see it. You looking for like this guy? Is this the cover? Skinny jeans. That Hunger Games belongs in a middle school library for sure. Absolutely. Okay, cool. This is the one, Rafi. So let's pull it up bigger. Oh no, that's not it. Just similar color palette. Alright, well it doesn't look like Goodreads has it, so we're just gonna go and try to grab the image. There we go. We got it. Interesting. This continues my trend of not liking Terry Pratchett covers, and I hate to say that because I love Terry Pratchett. The art style is just not to my personal taste. It doesn't mean that it's not good. It just doesn't do it for me. Jackie Ann, look at those expressions. For sure. Bloopy Fox over on Video App, you said, did you know bees are more lethal than swords in Hunger Games, statistically? Those bees were terrifying, though. Like, Suzanne Collins tapped into some deep-seated horror for those of us who grew up having bad encounters with bees and hornets. I was once chased by a ground hornet nest about 100 yards before they finally gave up. Those things are scary, man. Rafi, it's not so much even the human or non-human vibes. I just don't care for the art style. It feels very like almost like Sunday cartoons, kind of comic style. I don't really know though. I've not read Masquerade, so perhaps it would work better if I knew what it was about. What do y'all think, chat? Simon Brading, the Pratchett covers are classics, a style of their own, and just so distinctive. You know it's Pratchett when you see it. Well, that's very true. You know it's a Pratchett book when you see it. I've just never been a fan of them. They've never done it for me. Again, this is entirely subjective. And I should say, I love Terry Pratchett books. Just the covers are always like, they leave me wanting. You want me to find the full wrap art? I mean, we can try. I'm sure it exists on the internet. This might be it. No, that's just like additional art. Okay, this is a picture of the full wrap. But this says first edition? No, that's different art. You know, y'all, it's surprising how difficult it is to find the full art of something like this. Is this what it is? Is this the one we're looking for? That's the same post. Top right, you said? Like this one right here? Okay. Simon, want me to go get my copy? Alright, here we go. Let's get that in frame a little bit. This art is low-key stressing me out. This looks like a crowd that is just so active and chaotic, which I think is what it's going for. The colors are much better here. That's a good point, Jenna. It does feel a little more, I don't know, continuous. That's not the word I'm looking for. Coherent in the color scheme. So I do like that a lot. There's so much to look at in here, though. You could be looking at this all day, y'all. Like, I'm just looking. I do love. Hold on. There it is. The cat riding the witch's hat. I'm assuming that's Nanny Og or some equivalent hanging out. Also some little goblin-looking guys going on, so I'm a fan of that for sure. Very on brand. I like the orchestra down here in their pit as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's a much better example of the cover. I like this one a lot better. Feels like a painting out of ancient Rome. Okay, you're saying like what is that style called? Romanticism, I think. Yeah, like Romanticism, something like this. Yeah, that I could see it. That works pretty well. All right, I'm glad we found it. I'm glad we found the full art. Took us a minute there, but we got it. Thank you for the help, everybody. I appreciate you. Bloopy on Video App, you said, what about their prose do you like for Terry Pratchett? Pratchett's just incredible at being able to be funny, weird, and heartfelt at the same time, and make just really good messages. It's very brilliant. One of a kind, for sure. Also, I'm just a sucker for anything that's funny. If you've got humor in your book, you got my attention. Alright, next one up on the list is an illustrated edition of Red Rising. Let's see, this might be some art for it. There we go. That's... boy, that is impactful imagery, isn't it? Very dramatic. Very, very dramatic. I'm a fan of this. This casts the book in a completely different light. Let me pull up the original cover too. Yeah, oh my god, does it change? You feel it? You see how it changes the tone here? Hold on, let me get this image for y'all. Look at the difference in these covers. There's nothing wrong with this cover, by any means. It totally works. Especially, look, you know, with the quote on the cover, they're comparing it to like Hunger Games, right? And that, having just looked at the original Hunger Games cover, this matches that style very well. But this takes the series in a totally new direction. Big fan. I love this art. And honestly, as cool as the back art is with, like, I'm assuming it's Darrow, actually rising, you know, being a bit literal here, this angel-looking dark romanticism vibes on the front, that's pretty freaking cool. I'm a fan of that. Mars, you said wings never thematically make sense other than you can rise with wings. Your wings never make sense on this one. Gotcha. Well, I guess they heard you because they took all the wings out of this one. Erky, welcome in. I'm glad that you've arrived right as we're doing Red Rising. It's pretty sick, especially, man. I mean, look, like I said, the original cover is iconic. Absolutely. It's so stark. And, you know, I'm not a fan of glow on fonts. Oh, well, let me change that statement. I'm a massive fan of glow on fonts. I always fail to do it right, and it looks cheap and bad. This is done well, and I can't tell you why, but it's awesome. And it doesn't look like it's coming through on stream too well, but there's a beautiful glow on this font. So I'm a huge fan of this cover. It don't hold a candle to this one. This is beautiful. This is true next level cover art. I'm a big fan. I almost feel like this is the sort of thing that you release once the book does really well. That makes a lot of sense to me. This is something that you get after you already love the book, I feel like. Mars, you love Red Rising. Can't believe you slept on it so long. Dark Souls vibes? Yeah, totally. Totally. Elden Ring. It literally looks like something right out of Elden Ring. Seth, you're going to go write some more words? Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you have a good day writing. Sung Moon, I did go live earlier and we had some issues with freezing, so I think we've resolved them now. Unfortunately, it did require a stream restart, but We're back. Good to see you. Did you enjoy the race this weekend? All right, y'all, that's a beautiful Red Rising cover. We're going to go ahead and add this to the backlog. We'll do a quick recap for those that weren't here earlier. Some of the books that we've looked at so far include Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, which is a pretty big fan of this one. I love the color palette, is what we said, stood out on this one. So that's really fun. I honestly could talk about this one more. Fire and Blood by George R. R. Martin. I think this is a dramatic one, but it didn't. I don't know if I included it in my standouts for the day. So, sorry, George R. R. You'll have to weep into your millions. Here we go. Priory of the Orange Tree. This one might be the best cover of the day. Pretty amazing, in my opinion. I just love this art. It's something about the style. Someone described what the style's called earlier, like screen printing is what they said. It does have a screen printing vibe to it. It's really cool. Lino printing, says user. Oh, is that a more accurate description? I'm learning about visual art today, something I know very little about. And then we had the Wind Weaver, where we started, which is, God, this one's amazing too. RLS, DBZ, you regret your wreck now because of how beautiful these are? Nah, throw it on there. We'll look at them all. RLS, you said Book of the Malazan, House of Chains. We can put House of Chains on here. Malazan. Come on, Alex, type. All right, well, let's grab a new one. The next one up is a Narnia hardcover that's coming out. Let's just see if we can find that art. I'm assuming it's this guy. If you're still here, whoever recommended this one to me, let me know. Is this what we're talking about? I guess I should just check. Is it coming out this month? Yeah, it's pre-order. Okay, so this has got to be it. Monkey Shorts, what's up, buddy? I'm not going to add that to the Asmon Gold counter because you're already counted in there. Man, I don't even know what's going on with that situation you're talking about. I like randomly get fed other streamer drama stuff, and I'm like, I don't know these people or what's happening, so I'm just happy in my corner. What's up, Monkey? How you doing? All right, so let's looking at this one. You know, honestly, my favorite thing on this cover, Jenna, I love that reaction. It's a kitty. Yeah, Scenic, that's what I was just going to mention. I see a little bit of, let's see, there we go, there's my mouse. A little bit of like purpley, kind of swirly art effect in here. And I think, Scenic, you're saying it has foil on it, so it kind of shimmers. That's very cool. That I would like to see. The rest of the art's kind of like, I mean, we've seen the lion face associated with Chronicles of Narnia so many times before, right? But this kind of foiling is doing something different. And also, we should talk about the sprayed edges. Always nice to see sprayed edges. Claire, you spit out your coffee at the $75 price tag. Yeah. Hey, I mean, if it's, I don't know if I could pay $75 for a book. Oh, that's actually late. We got to pull this up real quick. Open image, please. Here we go. So that's going to be with the dust cover off. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. You know what? Hold on, guys. This gave me an idea. I will be right back. I got to grab something. Field trip indeed. Oh, these are gonna block keyboard cam. That's okay. I just realized I have some of my favorite covers on the bookshelf behind me. So while we're sitting here talking about special covers, why am I not grabbing the ones that I have in my house that I'm a huge fan of? So we'll take a look at some of these as well. We'll intersperse them in. Sung Moon, you want to request Nordless by Malin Falk, Norwegian comic series. The covers are beautiful. All right, I'll throw it on there. Let's get it. Never heard of it, but that's half the fun, right? By Malin Falk. Crested Soul, welcome in. We are looking at book covers today. Special editions or just new art or classic covers. Some of the ones we've looked at so far, we got The Wind Weaver by Julie Johnson. Beautiful art. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Percy Jackson's Greek Gods. A lot of really cool stuff in here so far. But for a moment, let's pop over to home view, whatever we call it, and I'll show one of my books that I just pulled off the shelf. This is one of my favorite covers for Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic Park and The Lost World combined. But this is a special edition I saw in stores a while ago. And I just love the art on it, like the jungle aesthetic with the red, black, and white. And then, I don't know if it'll come through, but it has silver sprayed edges on it. As someone who has collected copies of Jurassic Park over the years, I had to get this like instantly. Huge fan of it. And the fact that it's got both books in there. So, there's one of mine right off the bookshelf that lives there because it's so pretty. And then I got to show, paired with that one, is actually my favorite Jurassic Park cover. So this one's going to be a bit hard to show. Let's see if we can get it in the light. It has a reptile skin texture here on the cover itself. So it's actually like a matte. The dinosaur itself is matte, and then the brown is like reptile skin. It's super cool. Other than that, there's nothing really special about it. It's just a regular, paperback or hardback. But yeah, absolutely a fan of this one. Also, I realize now that this book dates me because this hardcover special edition, when I purchased it, was $24. So I think a regular hardback cost at least $24 these days. Jenna, you said bound with real raptor skin. Yeah, 100%. 100%, that's what it is. Sustainably sourced raptor skin. Crested Soul, you like the cover of Wriggly Little Hands. Well, thank you. Thank you. We can look at that one in a little bit. Well, I guess you mentioned it, so let's pull it up. And then we'll continue with our list. I'm pretty sure most folks here hanging out with me today know this, but I wrote this one. And I'm a big fan of the cover art, as you might imagine. Thank you for mentioning it, Crested Soul. Props to Ivan Shavrin, who did the art for this. The guy's a genius. Absolutely love his work. I think at times... oh, and Bloopy, Bloopy, who are those by? Give me the title and the author, and we'll add it to the list. But thank you for mentioning them. What was I trying to say? Oh, the cover of this. It looks like it gives a little bit of comic book, which I think is okay. The book is very goofy, so the comic book vibe is kind of correct. But it does kind of make some people think that it's a YA or a middle grade book, which is not. It's fine for those, but it is adult fantasy. But I mean, Ivan's art is just astounding. I love so much of what he did here. All of the expressions on the goblins just make me so happy. His work is nuts. This was, and fun fact, the Ollie and Cousins Hauling Company, as it says on the side of the wagon, that was, there it is, right there. That was a bonus. I didn't even think he could work that in, but he managed to get it in there, so shout out to Ivan. He is my favorite book cover artist that I've worked with in a while, and I'll be working with Ivan pretty much as I can. Dude rocks. Dodo, you're loving the stream? Well, thank you, my man. I appreciate you being here. Rafi, you said you remember when new books used to cost a reasonable amount. Now I live in used bookstores. It's true, man. It's what you got to do these days. It's tough. It's tough. DBZ, you want to add Chrysalis Fated Antagonists. All right, on the list. Y'all, we're actually getting through these, so I think we might even be able to finish today. So now we have Simon Brading. You still around? We got your book coming up. Time Traveler's Nephew. we had the author for this one in chat. So let's take a look. Is that a real image on here? Oh boy, that's tiny. There we go. I don't know why it would default to that size. Is this a real... I think this is a real photo. Oh, you think that it might not be the updated one, Simon? That's the old cover. Okay. Let's see. I bet you Amazon's got the new one, right? Hey, there we go. Okay, yeah, that is way cooler. Nice update. Let's grab the image. There we go. Val, you've started writing a web novel named Trapped Between Worlds. How's it going for you? It's exciting. Glad you're doing it. This is sick, Simon. I'm obsessed with the little scene that's going on inside of the skull. That's really cool. Very dramatic silhouettes there. Scenic, you said it reminds you of On Stranger Tides. Yeah, I don't remember what that movie poster looks like. Aiden, you want to add America by E.R. Frank? All right, I'll put it on there. I'm not sure we're going to get to it, but let's add it there. I think we got... We'll try. We'll see if we can get through that list. This is sick, though. I'm a fan. Yeah, it's just cool. I'm just taking it in. Oh, Scenic, the book inspired the movie? Was there a book before On Stranger Tides? Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Seen a couple of those trickle in. I appreciate y'all. I like the font, too. The color as well. Just a general nice color. The skull's as bald as I am, too. We match. If I get the light on it just right, we can be buddies. Rock on. Thank you for mentioning it, Simon. Glad to have it on stream today. That's got to be my skull. All right, Tide and Terra's recommendation now, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. Now, if you hang out if you've hung out in the past for our opening line stream, you know we've done this one a couple times now. But it's nice to kick back and appreciate the art of the cover. Because we look at it before we read the opening lines, but now we're just here for the cover. Yeah, I've said it. I'm pretty sure I said exactly this when I was looking at it on the opening lines stream. But I love the colors of this right off the bat. Like, remember we talked about thumbnails earlier? I love when you zoom out on a book and you look at just the thumbnail. The green and the blue and the bronze of this are a really nice combo. And then you notice the thorns in there. It's like a bramble bush or something. And the green is a snake. It's just very cool. I really like the color combo. It feels like something out of a Magic the Gathering card in the best way possible. I love, though, when I first looked at this, how long it took me to notice the thorns. I feel like that's how thorns work in real life, right? You're just like walking and then you're like, ow, why am I bleeding? And you realize that you've gone through a briar patch or something. Glara, good call, good shout. Y'all, if you are enjoying stream and you want to hang out with these awesome folks off of stream when I'm not live, here's our Discord link. It's also linked in my bio, just in case TikTok censors it when I post it. We'd love to have you there. We got a wonderful little Discord community where we, share things like this art, talk about books, talk about writing, answer questions. It's a good place. It's a good place to hang out. And you'll always know when I go live. So feel free to jump on in there. We'd love to have you. This is a sick cover. I'm a big fan. There's a lot going on. I'm really just taking it in. The one thing that I want, and maybe it's on the back, where is the snake's head? I feel like the snake we should see its head somewhere, Hot Goblin, thank you for the tiny diny emoji. I love that right out of my Discord. That's one of the first things that we back when we were just starting off stream had no idea what we were doing. Not that we have much idea what we're doing these days, but back when we had no idea what we were doing, that's right out of the first couple weeks of stream. DBZ, you'd love for a 4K resolution version of this picture? I imagine there's probably a pretty high resolution out there somewhere. Tide and Terra, thank you for mentioning that one. Next up, we have a book I've not heard of, Alan Moore's Voice of Fire. It's a cool title, though. Let's see if we can grab it off Goodreads. All right, I see something here. Get the image opened up nice and big. Interesting. Okay. I didn't notice the face at first on the bottom. DBZ, you said you're conflicted because of Alan Moore. Why is that? I don't... Oh, Jenna, you had a different one you wanted? I guess we'll have to go to the Google machine. Because that's the Goodreads cover. Ah, okay. Wikipedia's got one. That's going to be too small. Yeah. Jackie-Ann, not sure I like seeing so much nostril. Big agree there. All right, this is interesting. Is it an older book? When was it published? Published 2009. Okay, so the reason I ask is this art makes it feel like it's something out of like the pulp fantasy, pulp fiction of like the 80s or the 90s, maybe even a bit earlier, which I like. I say that in a really good way. This feels like it came out at the same time as Conan the Barbarian with the art, and I think it's pretty sick. It's got charm. It's got retro fantasy charm to it. I don't know if that's what the book's about. I've no idea what this is about, but that's pretty sick. I'm sure it helps that there's kind of this like fading on the edges. Kind of puts you in that mindset. Yeah, it does look 80s, right, Jackie-Ann? Bloopy, over on Video App, you said The Magician's Trilogy by Lev Grossman was the foundational fiction that you matured on. Interesting. I know there's a TV show of that series. I think it's one of the few where I've heard people say the TV show is better than the book series. What do you think about that? A bit of a controversial comment, perhaps. Simon, you got to head out. Well, thanks for stopping by. It was a pleasure to meet you. Hope to see you on another one. We'll be back on Friday for our Fantasy Map Friday stream. If you want to see us create a map live on stream, come on by. Be excited to see you. Have a good one, my guy. Jenna stare into its eyes. Honestly, I feel like it's gonna cast a spell on me if I stare at it too long. It feels a little bit disconcerting. Sick. Oh, I like it. This is way better than this one. This is as was said, far too much nostril. An uncomfortable amount of nostril going on here. All right, let's see. Oh, I just closed one of the covers. Oh wow. Might be zoomed in a bit too much there. Let's see what's next on the list. Cello's Gate by Maurice Alfredge. Now, I'm not aware of this one either. I love all these new ones that I've not heard of. Not coming up on Goodreads. Oh, Aldrich, because it's a typo on my part. You know, I would expect Goodreads that... Maybe not. Fix the typo. And it still didn't come up. Do I have it wrong? Whoever requested this? Because I'm not seeing anything come up for Cello's Gate by Maurice Alfredge or Aldrich. All right, we're going to drop it in Discord. Thank you, Jackie-Ann. Well, while we wait on that, let's see if we can't find the next one. Or I guess I'll check to see. Is it in Discord already? Nah, Jackie-Ann's not that fast. So then the other one that we had on the list was the LOTR Illustrated Edition, Lord of the Rings Illustrated Edition. This is going to be a little tough because there's a lot of illustrated editions of this out there, right? Like there's so many different covers. So we'll have to see which one it is. I think it's probably this one. Let's do it on Goodreads. Jan, nope, not working on the map today. We do that on Fridays, sometimes on Mondays or Wednesdays, but primarily that's a Friday stream. Today we are looking at book covers, like this beauty right here, and just talking about them, appreciating the art. Ooh, Jack Ann, beautiful. Jack Ann got that last cover into Discord, so let's pull that up. Speaking of Discord, here we go. Dude, that's really cool. Oh, I'm loving this instantly. Jack Ann, thank you for getting the art for it. This is a sick cover. I want to know what this is about now. Hold on. We gotta pull this bad boy up. Did I close my Goodreads tab? I guess I did. I don't know what... Is it not on Goodreads? No, there it is. You'd think when I would type in Cello's Gate, Maurice Alfrich, Goodreads would pull up Cello's Gate by Maurice Alfrich. It's not that big a difference, y'all. Come on now. Alright, I just want to know what it's about. Captain Gray and his crew of sky pirates have a reputation for doing the impossible, from breaking into high-security military research facilities to conning the I-City elite. There isn't a lock they can't pick, a safe they can't break, or a hidden treasure they can't find, until now. Returning from a harrowing heist involving a neon battery and a trash chute, Gray and his crew are approached by Dahlia, the immortal daughter of the infamous Arch-Governor, and she has an offer. The job? Locate and steal the Stones of Indigo, 7 fabled rocks invested with godlike power. Okay. Alright. I just wanted to know, because this looks pretty sick. I'm getting, like, instant, like, expedition vibes, which is pretty fun to me. I'm a big fan of that. It's pretty good looking. Oh, Ken, you've read this one? Nice, man. Rock on. I'm glad you liked it. It certainly has my attention. Anything expedition-y I'm here for, but throw in a little bit of sci-fi, some sky pirates. Yeah, we're in a good place. I'm not mad about that at all. Who's this guy in the back? There's this dude hanging out in the back that's got like a sword and like almost armor looking on. I love it. This is a really good cover because there's just so much to look at. I feel like thumbnail-wise, if we go to like... That's the best I'm going to get for thumbnail for you because it's on Discord. I can't really zoom as much as I want. But that's a pretty good thumbnail. You know, it's going to get your attention. And then full zoom, it's pretty sick looking. I'm a fan. Isabel, welcome in. Happy day. Happy Monday to you. How you doing? Appreciate you joining us. Aiden, it reminds you of the Dishonored games. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see that. Rock on. Very cool. Jack Ann, thank you for that. Appreciate you dropping that cover for me. That's a really cool one. We're gonna leave that. Hold on, we got the cover right here. We're gonna leave that in the open tab so we can review it at the end for books that we've done and liked. All right, next up we have Dungeon Heart by David Sanchez Ponton. So let's... There we go. Ooh, it's green. I like green. I'm a big green fan. Okay, that's interesting. That's very different from everything we've seen today. I dig it. That's actually really cool. This feels like it's right out of like World of Warcraft, but in a really good way. Very, very cool. I'm assuming this is a lit RPG. Yep. So it's like a dungeon core lit RPG. Makes sense. I really love the green in it. Just very clear, very bright art. That's never a bad thing. Rock on, I'm a fan. just appreciating all these little details in here, like the tools on his belt. And like, look at how this like sack of whatever it is like resting on his bent leg. That's pretty cool. That's good detail from the artist. DVZ, thank you for recommending this. I think this was yours, right? Super cool. I just, honestly, thumbnail view, I just love that glowing green. That's really, really cool. I am biased. I like green a lot as a color, if you can tell from all of my book covers. But this is sick. I'm a fan. All right, y'all. I gotta wrap up here. I gotta catch a flight today, so I'm gonna do one more. And I want to do another one I've never heard of, Nordless by Malin Falk. I don't know if it's gonna be on Goodreads. Yeah, it looks like it is. I think, was it Sung Moon who suggested this one? Okay. Very different vibes on this. I'm assuming this is probably younger age range, but beautiful cover. Very simple and bright, and I'm absolutely very intrigued by these wolves up top, including the one that's... Is that not a wolf in the middle? So the one that's wearing a mask, it almost has different ears than the other wolves. Is that intentional? Is it not a wolf? It's wearing like a ram's head mask, but I'm intrigued. Sung Moon, you said it translates to Northern Lights. It's like Norwegian folklore-ish. I can see that. It's cool. It is Disney-esque. I'm sure someone mentioned that. Isabel, you think that's an elf in there? Okay, I could see that. Yeah, that's like a very humanoid jawline, isn't it? And then those ears are kind of elfish. Yeah, you're spot on. It's a guy with a mask. You think he's an elf? Okay, so Sung Moon, who would know, says it is an elf. Sick, y'all. I like it. The northern lights on it are also really beautiful. Look at the way that they are casting light on the mask up here. That's really cool. Sick, y'all. I really like this. Also, these trees. This is a small detail, but these trees, you can tell those are cold weather trees. They're like conifers from the shape of them. I appreciate that detail. It makes sense, obviously, but that's an easy thing to overlook. It's really nice. Also, I can't help but see this little trinket she's got. Feels very Hunger Games-esque. Just having looked at the Hunger Games cover recently, I don't think we still have it open. It looks just like the pin on the cover of that. Jenna says, "Girl, look behind you." Camden. Cayman Bull says hello, and what are you doing next? Cayman, this is actually our last one for the day, I think, but we'll do a quick review of everything that we looked at as we wrap up. I gotta get to my work day now, do a few things before catching a flight. So, y'all, I mentioned it earlier, no stream Wednesday. I'm traveling for a funeral, but I will be back Friday for our regular Fantasy Map Friday stream. But thank you for joining me on this one today, y'all. We had fun. I certainly did. I hope you did. Looking at all these covers, let's go back through a few of them real quick. Kind of take it all the way back to the start of stream. So we obviously ended right here on Nordlys. But very beautiful. I'm really obsessed with the purple and greens of these northern lights up here. Then we just most recently did Dungeon Heart, the Singing Mountain. Really love the greens, as I said. I'm such a sucker for them. Greens are good. Green's a good color. Cayman, you said just when I found my favorite book cover. Hey, keep it in mind, because I think we'll do this format at least one more time. It was fun. I think you guys have some more covers to suggest. Plus, oh, you know what? Wow, y'all. I forgot. I wanted to show you real quick before we go. I had one more book I pulled off the shelf. I have my biblical version of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, complete with a like golden. Let's open it up. It has golden sprayed edges on the pages themselves, but it also has like a golden ribbon for marking your spot in the book, which I just love. This was a special edition at Barnes & Noble years and years ago, and it's all the books of the Hitchhiker's Guide series in this beautiful leather, like squishy cover and gold sprayed edges. So that completes the beautiful books off of my shelf that I had to pull up. Also, I love it's like so ornate looking, and then the little icons here are the like laughing tongue out planet from the original Hitchhiker's covers. It's a nice little detail. So there you go. There's the last of my fancy books off the bookshelf. Jackie Ann, you have 2 books from the early 90s that look like this? Not as well kept, though. Oh, but are they, like, serious? They're actually, like, decorated like that compared to the Hitchhikers, which is kind of being cheeky about it. All right, then another one we looked at, Voice of the Fire, which I think I just called Voice of Fire the whole time. I'm now realizing there's a "the" in there. Not the best reading comprehension there from someone who writes full-time for a living. But still, we love the retro fantasy vibes on this one. Cello's Gate, really loved the fantasy sci-fi expedition vibes. Very, very cool. This one we had nothing good to say about at all, right? Nah, terrible book. Definitely don't go to the link in my bio and purchase it. That would be a bad decision. This one, the color palette stood out. That's really what we kind of honed in on. Beautiful color palette. I love how the imagery just expands outward from the center. And then back to the 2 strong ones we started with, the Priory of the Orange Tree. Just a beautiful screen printing type art style. Very, very, very cool. And the Wind Weaver, which just has so much awesome art going on. I don't even know what to focus on. Just a beautiful one. Absolutely love this. 2 really strong covers to start with. So yeah, folks, thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun on this new format. I think it's got some legs. We can do it again. Yeah, like I said, no stream Wednesday, so I won't see you then, but I will see you Friday for Fantasy Map Friday. So if you want to make a fantasy map with me live on stream, come on Friday. We finished our map last stream, so we're going to have to return to our big grand one. As we're working on, or start a new one. I'll talk to you on the day of about that, and we'll figure out what we want to do. So think about what you want to do. JP said, do I just like cover art, or do I make it, or just like reading books? JP, I am a full-time author, so I write books and commission the cover art. But we're just, we have a rotating stream format on Mondays and Wednesdays, and a couple of viewers wanted to do one where we just geek out over cover art. So that's what we did. It was pretty fun. Saw some beautiful, beautiful cover art. Oh, is Friday Halloween? Oh, it is. Interesting. How fun. That's going to be a good one. I'm excited. I got a little something special coming on Friday for that stream. Cayman, where do you put the book recs? Just save them. Save them with, in your mind, or write them down. And next time we do this format, mention them to me in chat, and we'll add them to the list for the day. Goblin outfit, asks user 937. Not gonna say anything. We'll see. You'll have to tune in Friday, 7 a.m. Central Time, Halloween, for Fantasy Map Friday. Admiral Pilot, do I have any advice for writing a book? Don't start with a book. Start with a short story. It's a lot easier, and it teaches you everything you need to know for how to write a book. But it's quicker. It's easier to do. You don't have to spend months and months on it, and you'll learn a lot more. So that's my main advice. My second piece of advice is just have fun. Write whatever you think is coolest and the most fun, because you have to be the first person to have fun with the story. I think those are the good places to start from. Cayman, I have read Inheritance Cycle. It's a wonderful series. I'm actually due for a reread on it. It's a very, very fun series. But, everybody, thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun. I certainly did. And like I said, no stream. Stream's canceled Wednesday, but we'll be back on Friday. So, as always, a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Raffi the Engineer, who provided our 5th background song, Midnight at the Round Table, composed and produced for stream. I appreciate you, Raffi. That's awesome, my guy. Absolutely incredible. Of course, no stream is complete without a shout out to my excellent moderators. Thank you to Melissa Lee 28, Rafi the Engineer, 1 Happy Harpy Simp 1X, Leisha T, Aaron Winnick, other name wasn't available, aka Slendy, and Melissa Lee. Did I get Melissa Lee? I think I did. Thank you very much, mods. I appreciate you, and thank you, chat, for not really needing to be moderated. Y'all bring the good vibes. Keep it chill. I appreciate that. Lastly, folks, if you've enjoyed the stream, please give me a follow so I can catch you on the next one, which will be Friday, Halloween, 7 a.m. Central Time. We're going to do some fantasy map making and maybe have a little bit of Halloween fun. We'll have to see. But I'll be back then, and I hope to see y'all then. Poker Trainer Marvel, hey, no worries. Pleasure to have you. Sorry you're joining right in at the end. Same for you, LD Valencia author. Sorry we're ending here as y'all join, but hey, my profile, I have linked my video app account. You know, starts with a Y, ends with a tube, but I can't say it on stream. So you can watch the whole stream replay there if you'd like. Otherwise, though, we'll see you on Friday. Alicia, same to you. So hope to see you Friday. Have a good Monday, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out, y'all. Let's start this week off right.